chain stitch. So I'll preface this by saying I am a stabber, not a sewer. So this is how I do it. I come up and go down in the same hole and I leave a loop. Then I come up a stitch length away and capture that loop. Now if you are a sewer, you might be able to do this a little bit more elegantly by coming down and up kind of in the same movement and catching your loop. I'm surprised that I did that successfully. For me, I really prefer the stabbing. I feel like I can be a little bit more accurate with it, and I'm okay taking that extra step. So it's up to you. Chain stitch is the base for a lot of stitches. It's such a cool looking stitch. Obviously it looks like chains, and you can play with it. Here, this one I did with more tension, so you can see these, it's the same thickness of threads, just this one's a little looser. This one I pulled really tight and made the chain stitches themselves a little longer. Here we have the spiral. I tried to make my stitches a little shorter, at least at the very end I did, to get around that curve. It's kind of the same thing as with backstitch. If you're gonna do a quick change in direction, let's see if I can just do it on here. It's actually a little bit tricky, so if you need to do like a zigzag and come right down, let's see, lost my needle here, little impromptu demo. So you can't really do it elegantly, you kind of have to fake it, and I will show you how to do that. So if I go down, look what happens to this chain, right? I can't really do that well. So we fake it. So we'll come back, we'll add this anchor back in, which I just took out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and pretend like I'm coming out of here. Like something like this. And go back down this way. So they're still kind of connected, but I have this extra anchor here that helps prevent that final chain up there from kind of collapsing, so we can actually get a nice sharp angle there. So if you're using this stitch, say for text, for lettering, or whatever it is where you need one of those sharp corners, that's how you would do that. At least that's how I do it. An example of chain stitch in the wild, here is the winter bird pattern, and let me grab this to point. So all of this is chain stitch, chain, 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 chain. And what I did here, these are just straight stitches poking out of the chains to make these fir trees, excuse me, the branches there. So there's an example of chain stitch in the wild.